So it's Sunday, you're watching the game, Kevin Hart comes on, he tells you you can bet $1, turn that into $1,000. But you're like, how? I've never betted before, I don't even know where to start. Well, you're in luck, because after this video, you're going to be feeling like Pete Rose. Now, you may look at all these numbers and look at them like,
the numbers! What are they saying?
0, 0, 1, 5.
So just like the Berlin Wall, I'm going to break it down to the simplest terms so you too will be an expert. So one thing that you've probably noticed are the pluses and the minuses before each number. So the negatives or the minuses basically represents the favorites, and the pluses or the positives basically represents the underdogs. So let's take a look at the Giants and the Dolphins. Let's look at the money line. So the Giants are massive underdogs at plus 340, and the Dolphins are massive favorites at minus 440. Now the money line is taking a team outright. As you can see with percent of bets placed, 89% have picked the Miami Dolphins, and only 11% have picked the New York Giants. So let's take a look at what happens when we put $10 on the Dolphins at minus 425. So you basically win next to nothing. Well, alright, Sport Tales. Well, what if I put 100 on the Dolphins? Well, that'll get you around $22. Well, that's a free $22, right? There's no way the Giants beat the Dolphins, right? Well, there's always a chance of an upset. The Arizona Cardinals are projected to be one of the worst NFL teams this year, and the Cowboys are projected to be potential Super Bowl favorites. Yet somehow, the Cardinals stunned the Cowboys and won 28-16. So no matter how favored a team may be, there's always a chance of an upset. Alright, Sport Tales. Well, what if I bet on the Giants? Well, if you put $10 on the Giants at plus 340, your total payout would be $44 if it hits. Well, that's quite a payout. Alright, Sport Tales, we're talking. What if I put 100 on the Giants? Well, 100 on the Giants at plus 340 will net you $440 if it hits. But that's the problem. The Dolphins are the far superior team, so the chances of the Giants winning and you getting that big payout is not likely. But there's always a chance. Well, Sport Tales, are there any other things I can bet on? Yes, there are. In this middle section, under total, you can bet the over and the under on what the final score of the game will be. Now, this game between the Seahawks and the Giants is pretty evenly set at 47.5. So if you take the O, both the Seahawks and the Giants would have to combine for 48 points or over. Now if you take the U, which stands for under, the Seahawks and Giants score would have to total under 47 points. Now under alternate totals, you can pick an over or under of what you think the combined total points will be. If you think this will be a defensive game and will be way under what the line is at, you can go under 40.5 points, for example, and get a pretty good payout. Going on the under is really good when two top defenses are facing each other, or when two very bad offenses are facing each other. And vice versa, if you think this game will be a shootout, it would probably be better to go on the over. Going on the over is really good when two high-powered offenses are facing off against each other. Now, if you're a sports fan, chances are you've probably heard of the word spread. Now, the spread basically means how much a team will win or lose by. So this game is pretty evenly matched. It has the Seahawks at -2, which means they would need to win by 2 or more, and the Giants at +2, which means they would need to not lose by more than 2 points. So let's say you took the Giants on the spread. The Seahawks end up kicking a game-winning field goal. Seahawks win 17-16. But you took the Giants on the spread at +2. You would still win the bet. If you have ever heard the term cover the spread, well, you have indeed covered the spread. Now, if you wanted more options, under game lines, like with the over and under totals, you can find a wide selection of spreads. Now, let's say you're feeling really good about the Seahawks. Let's say you have them winning by a touchdown. The Seahawks score a last-second touchdown to go up 26-20 with 10 seconds left. But then their kicker misses the extra point. Giants get the ball, fail to score, game over. Now, even though the Seahawks won by 6, You taking them on the spread at minus 6.5 means you lost the bet, as they would have needed to win by 7 points or more, which would probably have you throwing a fit at the kicker. Alright, Sport Tales. I want to bet on multiple teams at the same time. Is there a way I can do that? Then you, my friend, would need to do what's called a parlay. So a parlay is basically pairing two teams or more together to increase the payout. So the Bills and the Lions are both favorite teams, so by themselves, not much there. But parlaying the Bills and the Lions together would increase the odds, giving you a better payout. But both of these teams would need to win, or you would lose whatever you put in. Now, if you have more teams that you're feeling good about, you can add them on there and increase the payout. But again, all of these teams would have to win for you to get that payout. If the Bills win, Lions win, but the Dolphins lose, then you lose the bet. Now, each team you add increases the odds because the chances of them hitting become harder and harder. Because if the Bills, Lions, Dolphins all win, but the Chiefs lose, you lose the bet. Alright, Sport Tales. Well, that's all fine and dandy, but Patrick Mahomes is my boy. Is there a way I can bet on him? Then you, my fellow viewer, should check out the Same Game Parlay. So a Same Game Parlay is basically betting on two or more outcomes, like with a parlay, but within the same game. Now, a Same Game Parlay is really good when you're more confident about picking players' stats than you are with teams. So for example here, I have Geno Smith over 225 passing yards and 2 passing touchdowns or more, and DK Metcalf at 50 plus receiving yards. Now remember the rules of the parlay. If any one of these do not hit, then you lose the bet. And remember, you can always add on more legs and increase the odds, but also risking one of your legs not hitting and losing the bet entirely. Now if this video helped and you guys found it useful, then like and comment down below, share with your friends, subscribe, and tell me what you would like to see next.